counseling for physicians, and when I came here years ago, they had kids over here before, but it was, like, from here back, it just came everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, you couldn't, people were fighting for spots and arguing with them, like,
I wonder if it was more high profile.
yeah, tripod and everything set up, and come with a new studies stuff
Yeah.
and everything. I think the last one I might have been to was one where they were trying to decide whether they were going to use the electric chair anymore or something. There was some controversy with it as well as
Yeah.
or a new way of doing something. You got a lot of battery left on your camera?
I just changed it, yeah.
Okay. So, because you got your light on, I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. Although that's not.
I was going to bring a big light up here, but I'm under the sandbag, and I'm not going to take it.
Yeah.
Blown over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she was earlier when they did his last meal or whatever. It was sunnier out, and she wasn't at last.
You guys been out here all day?
Got here at 3:30.
Really?
Got a call at 11:30. Hey, we need you to. And while they're telling me what they want and what they do, we have this, we have this. They're talking to me, they're talking to this person, they're talking to this person. I'm trying to tell them, hey, I got something I'm supposed to be doing. I can't. Okay, yeah, they need you to come in here and look at me. I guess I'm coming in. And it doesn't matter if I have something going on or not. But I just love it when they call you and they get you on the phone and all of a sudden they're talking to three other people about the same thing.
We're gonna get him together. Get him together.
Where?
We can do it right here. You just turn the camera around. Yeah. He said as soon as the bus comes back around, he's back on the clock. Were you out here for the last one?
No, this is my first one.
Oh.
I was supposed to come to the last one, but...
Yeah, last one was like, man. Last one was...
You want to?
Oh, I'll hold
it.
I'm just going to tell her to take my...
You send that back to them? I'm gonna let them know.
Say what?
They're
My
waiting.
6 p.m. goes on. Sorry for your
We're going to do it. We got to do it because it's for the other thing.
interview. Okay, sorry. She wanted something for 7, but I was like,
You guys ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
John Coke. C-O-C-H.
Coke.
That's a kilo. Boy, they got on that bus quick. I know.
Makeup.
You good, man?
Makeup. Which one am I looking at?
You could just,
Hold it.
actually, you could
No,
just,
no, no, no. Do you want you want to hold?
No.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
a
can
microphone
just,
holder.
All right. Are you ready? All right. John Coke, common spelling, John Coch.
K-O-C-H.
K-O-C-H. Okay.
Yes.
K-O-C-H. And again, you're with who again? You're an independent journalist with
I'm independent news services, but I'm going into two radio stations, one in Live Oak and one in Flagler Beach.
And you witnessed this. You've witnessed many of these before.
Yes,
Can
I
you
have.
tell us how this one played out?
This one played out pretty good. I mean, it was, what's routine mean? He quietly went to sleep and he died.
Can you tell us some of the last words he said?
Basically, he referred to his case that didn't go wrong. He said that basically it's not about the crime or the criminal, it's about the law. And then he asked, the last 4 words of his life was, look at my case. In between, it was garbled and the 3 of us couldn't get it down.
Did he appear calm?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he just laid there all through the process. It didn't even look up at the witness list. And usually they'll lift their head and look around, but he didn't even do that.
I know you've covered many of these. Was there anything about this particular execution that stood out, or did this one just seem as textbook as many of the other ones that you've covered?
Well, there were some odd movements involved when they rendered the condemned unconscious. There were some movements that I've not observed before, but nothing out of the ordinary, showing any pain or any difficulty that I could professionally say.
How fast would you say it? I know you had notes in terms of from the time it started at about 6:03 when they administered, I guess, the first injection, till about around 6:15ish or so when they announced that he was.
A very short period of time. He was rendered unconscious, and by 6:08, 6:09, you could see that the drugs were taking effect, and he quickly died.
Did he try to say anything before they administered
No,
the
he
drug?
was really quiet, laid back, didn't look around. He just laid there.
Is that unusual based on the other?
Well, most of the ones that I have observed in lethal executions, using the lethal means, they look up and see who's around and take some interest in there. Not all of them do, but most of them do. But he did nothing. He just laid there.
Who was inside the room?
You have the team warden, which is manning the phone. You had an FDLE officer to my right, and then you had another officer to the left that was observing. So you had 3 in the room.
Was there anything holding him down?
Oh, yes. He was tightly secured. There was a sheet over him, so you don't see how he's tightly, but you look at the arms, and they're wrapped, and he's strapped.
Did you find it unusual that, because I know usually in these cases, usually the victim's relatives, they will appear, they will witness the execution, but in this case, none of the victim's relatives were there. Was that a bit unusual?
No, but then again, this happened in Panama City, which is over 300 miles. You're talking about 30 years. So some of the people that were originally in the case may not be around now. So you're talking at the second layer of the victims' families.
I think you meant to say Flagler County.
Flagler County, yeah, I'm sorry. The Panama City is the next one. But still, it takes a lot of effort to wait 30 years or 25 years to see a man die that killed a relative of yours, whether it's a father, a son, a daughter, or a member. So no, it's not unusual to see something like that to come out, and it's just the DOC to give the last press conference.
And I have to ask, how many years of this, of witnessing executions, have you done this? How many years?
My first case was Ted Bundy in 1989. I broke that story on the AP Wire in 1979. It was my case until it left Suwannee County, but I knew it would come back to me sooner or later because they were going to execute him for the Kimberly Leach case, not for the Chi Omega cases. And I got it back in 89. Because
since then, you've been covering all of these.
Yeah, well, so, yeah.
Thanks, man. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
I live in Suwannee County.
Oh, sorry.
Good evening again. I'm Kayla McLaughlin, Communications Director with the Florida Department of Corrections. The sentence of the state of Florida versus Louis Gaskin was carried out at 6:15 p.m. The execution took place without incident. I'll now take a couple questions.
I saw his, like the left side of his chest was rising some. What was, any idea what? It just seemed odd. There was like something underneath the sheet almost. It looked like.
There was not. There was nothing out of the normal, and it took place without incident. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Do you
3 weeks.
You guys give out a witness list?
You got everything you needed? I'll go later. Make this a better place.
Any questions? I said, there were no questions.